What is up, guys? This is a video on how to make money from these degen farms that keep popping up every day, as I'm sure you've all seen. And essentially, I'm going to be showing you guys my potential investment, which is set to launch in approximately 12 hours. So a small disclaimer right off the bat that everything that's mentioned in this video, and moreover, the knowledge that or the experiences that I will be speaking about, is not financial advice, and in no way, shape, or form should you follow it without doing your own research. So let's not beat around the bush, and right off the bat, we can see that the project that I'm talking about, it's called Polygon Finance. I will have a link down below, and as you guys can see, this has not started yet. It's set to launch approximately in 11.5 hours, but bear in mind these timers are indeed kind of laggy because it is on the Polygon network, so it is on the Matic blockchain, and they do tend to be laggy a little bit. So this usually, even though it says 11.5 hours, it's probably around 12 hours. So let's talk about why I'm excited about this project. So first of all, as I just mentioned, it's on the Polygon network. As many of you know, it was also named, it was the Matic network. And what is it really? Is it something innovative or something new or something that's gonna change the sphere of DeFi? Probably not. And that's exactly why I'm interested in it. You see, I'm not here trying to find the next big thing. If I was wanting to do that, I would look at investing in the spot market or buying a specific token. What I'm trying to do here is see how I can make some quick profits without having to risk too much. Now, that doesn't mean there isn't any risk, because as everybody knows, inherently in the crypto market, there is extreme volatility and extreme risk. And on top of that, of course, in decentralized finance, as known as DeFi, it is extremely much more riskier than it is in general. So how is this going to go? And how is this going to work? So why I'm interested about it, first of all, is that, as you guys can see right here, they have a nice little audit that's been done by TechRate, and I was quite impressed because they actually did an audit of multiple contracts. I went ahead myself and I used diff checker to check the source code and the solidity and everything of that sort, and it does seem to be a proper full sale fork. Furthermore, as you guys can see, if we open up their Twitter link, they are quite popular, they are gaining attraction, and they are quite responsive. So they have been, as you can see here, posting 19 minutes ago, and so on and so forth. They are quite an active team, it seems. Furthermore, another way that I make sure that my projects are safe is by looking at the public checklist, or the Google list that is provided, the Google Docs by Rug Doctor or Rugmeister. Now you can find them easily, just to give them a little bit of credit. You can find them at Rug Steamer on Twitter. 100% recommend to follow and keep up to date, as they always post as soon as they update their doc. So very important. Make sure you look at this, and I've highlighted right here. This is the website that we are speaking of, Polygon Finance, and as you can see, they're stating that it is a full sale clone. Now, so why is this something different? Why am I interested? How are we going to make money with this? Now let's talk about that, because everybody wants to make money. So what happens is a lot of people will get greedy and they'll invest in the house token. All right, the house token always offers the highest rate of APR, because of course they're going to want to, the house token is going to be the most valuable to the house site. And even in pools, you'll see that the house token always carries the highest risk, or rather the highest APR, and no deposit fee as well. Now, the thing that happens upon launch is that the house token actually gets dumped extremely quickly, because first of all, there's a new bull being minted every block, which is approximately 2 seconds. That means that every block, essentially, technically, since there's one minted right now, every block, so every 2 seconds, this price should go down by 50%. The only reason why it wouldn't is that the demand would be there to contradict or counter the supply that's being printed. And on top of that, you have people that will be beginning to farm it, and they will dump onto the house token. So for example, if I were to invest Matic or wrapped Matic in this case, I will be earning bull, as you can see right here, and hence I will be selling my bull on the people that are holding bulls. And then once again, it comes down to simple tokenomics and economics in general of demand and supply, where the supply is more than the demand, and hence it will drive the price down. Simple structure. So how do we make money? This is why I'm publishing this video at an earlier stage, because only the people that are early, truly how I see it, will make money. What I personally do is I focus on entering into a pool, a single pool, whichever one tends to give me the most rewards, or whichever one at that time I personally have. So for example, let's say I go into Matic, I'll go in right prior to the actual commencement of the farm, so maybe an hour, 2 hours, or even closer to the launch, and I will aim to pull out my 4% as quickly as possible. Now, as many of you know, on Matic, your fees for transactions are like 1/100th of a cent, right? So it's very, very cheap. And as such, you can technically harvest, a little bit every time. Now, bear in mind, you should always only invest and only play around with the money that you're willing to lose. And that's specifically because these projects, as I said earlier, are extremely, extremely high risk. So coming back to the point, as soon as the farm begins, what I do is I set a certain amount. So every $5, for example, I would harvest it, sell it, harvest it, sell it, until I wouldn't make my deposit fee back. So let me give you guys a quick example. So in the circumstances where I've invested, let's say $100, 4% would be $4. So I would take my time, and every dollar that I harvest right at the beginning, because prices are high, I would be harvesting every $1 to $2, and I would make that $4 rather quickly. That's exactly what I actually did earlier in the day today. This is a project that commenced last night. I wasn't a part of it. I came into the pools, and I essentially, at first instance, I had quick staked, and as soon as I had my 4% returned, that makes it a risk-free trade essentially. And what I did was then I compounded my ape tokens into the ape pool. So disregarding this, let's focus on the main thing at hand. So that's essentially how you do it. You would go into a pool, a single token pool, for example, Matic or Quick. You'd make back your 4% as quickly as you can, harvesting as much as you can, because bear in mind, the price will be dropping the whole time. And then from there on, of course, everything after that 4% is profit. So you've already had success. The next aim is to take those profits, compound them, make them into the bull house token if possible, or into bull USDC, for example, and eventually over a period of a few hours or a certain amount of time, you simply pull out your initial investment. So you return back to zero. So you have your 4% plus your 4% that you pulled out earlier from the farm, and your Matic back. So you've now secured your initial deposit, and then you have your pools and your farms making money. So essentially, that's how these degen pools work. I would highly recommend nobody to invest into the actual house token, because as I previously mentioned, the mint is going to be going up 1 every 2 seconds. Now, this is even a conservative. There are multiple other farms, such as Polygon, which is a recent one that was started. Not a big fan, to be honest. Would not suggest going into it this late. And as you can see here, they had 90 lions minted per block, and each block is 2 seconds. So obviously that's going to cause inflation, and that's going to cause the price to come down. Now, just to show you guys why I think it's the same, remember right here it said that it is a full sale clone. So let's see what happened to full sale. Boom, 60 cents, right? So we kind of get the idea. The idea is to get in, make your 4% within 25 minutes, 30 minutes, 1 hour, right? And then it's only profit from there onwards. And if the project lasts, great, you have their house token. If the project doesn't last, who cares? You've taken your profits, you've pulled out your initial investment, and now it's a safe trade. Now, you guys should also understand of the consequences, which is there can be projects that can be rug pulled. For example, even if this one looks good, it can obviously be a rug pull. There might be hidden source code or hidden coding that's been done that, for example, I am unaware of, or maybe the anonymous group of engineers that are behind this list are maybe have missed something. It's human nature to miss something. And of course, if somebody's trying to deceive you, they will make sure that they try to hide it to their level best. So that's number one. And secondly, of course, you risk not making your money back. So if the APR goes down very quickly, you won't make your money back. Now, usually that's why it's very important to only go in closer to launch time so that you can make back your money. Now, this is a project. Essentially, once again, as I said, do your own research, join their Telegram, have a look at their Twitter, discuss with other people what you guys think, and then and only then you risk money, and that too very small amounts, to figure out how it works essentially. Anyways, but I will be posting these types of videos with new projects multiple times a week, as I do enjoy going into these projects. Luckily, I haven't been rugged yet, but I do have it in the back of my mind that I will be rugged at one time or another. So it's very important to make sure that you understand your consequences. I hope you guys have a great day. And as I said, I would really appreciate it if you guys would hit that subscribe button and hit that bell icon just to be notified as to when I post these videos and when I'm done with these proper revisions of these sites. Because as I said, the early bird gets the worm. So if you are somebody watching this video 12 hours after I've made this video, or after the commencement of this project, it's highly advisable not to invest into this project at that point. So that being that, thank you very much and stay safe.